Good morning, friends and fellow travelers. It's Brandon, and today I have Ash and baby Char with me. And today we're exploring Chicago. There is the Bean, but for some reason you can't actually get to it. They have it blocked off. You can see the famous Bean with the reflection of the buildings, even on a rainy day. Temperature's good, it's in the 60s, but it's very rainy and misty here in downtown in Millennium Park. Cool area. Lots planned for today here. The Windy City, the wind is picking up. Might be picking up some rain ponchos at this rate. But there is the Bean, friends. And we're going to start exploring here in Chicago on a rainy and windy day in the Windy City. Millennium Park, the Bean to our right, an angle looking at the heart of downtown Chicago as we walk downtown here with our umbrella over us because it's very rainy. It's not supposed to keep up all day though. It's supposed to continue for an hour and a half or so. And then 10 to 20% for most of the rest of the day. So we should be able to explore at least some of the spots that we want to see. Beautiful American city. There's the ice rink right by where we started. Classic Chicago. Ash said, look what's on the menu. Chicago dog. Interesting. I've never had one and I want one, so we're going to do it. Taking a look down the street here. Another view of the Bean from Millennium Park. As you can see, there's never a dull moment in Chicago society. Look how busy it is. A little foggy because of the conditions, but look at the architecture down here. A first for me, visiting the great city. The Chicago Cultural Center over to our left. We're trying to find a place for lunch. But you can look all the way down. Skyscraper after skyscraper. Not so windy, but still a hint of wind here. We'll see what we want to do for lunch. We'll look at the map here. They have a nice map. So there's all the information. If you guys want to take a peek, be sure to pause it. We can look back down the road here. Zooming all the way in, all the skyscrapers. Beautiful area. We went with Elephant and Castle pub and restaurant for lunch. We'll let you know how it is, friends. Fried pickles with their burger sauce, and Ash gave her sign of approval already. How was the burger sauce? Yeah, there is Ash. So that's the start of today. We're going to be eating a bunch here in Chicago. I want a Chicago dog and trying to get a hot beef also. So we'll try and find them. It's going to be a lot of things mixed up into this video. I went with the fish and chips. They give you coleslaw, house-made tartar sauce. Ash went with the chicken wings with ranch and a salad, and of course, both got our Bloody Marys, which Ash demolished. And I'm working on the way towards that too. So, fish and chips are very good. And we'll, how was your wing? likes the wings too, so good food so far here. Chicago Theater. The first time Ash got engaged was right here under this spot. And the second time was at the place that we had our first date. The Elephant and Crate where we craft was good. What did you think of the restaurant we ate at?
Really good.
Yeah. It was solid. I give it a 7 or an 8 out of 10 for sure. The big bus, as we're walking here in downtown, we're on our way to Willis Tower. You can see the scenery, friends. So that was good. The fish and chips were good. Turn around, and there it is, the Chicago Theater. But continuing on our adventure here. A nice day now that the rain has kind of stopped. The moment you've all been waiting for is coming up soon, friends. As we go up to the top of Willis Tower. I know we'll conquer both of our fear of heights here, or make it worse. Who knows? Ash has already been up to the top of it, but I haven't. But I've been up to the top of larger structures though as well, so it's just CBS News Chicago we're walking next to now. And you can look down whatever way you want till the end of your visibility. You can see skyscrapers and buildings. So, such a large metropolitan area. Finally made it, friends. Friends, the Richard R. Daley Center that was featured in one of my favorite movies, The Blues Brothers, at the very end where they go up to the top to pay the taxes on the orphanage that helped to raise them, right in front of us. CBS News Chicago right there. Very historic spot, especially for movie lovers. Ash is soaking it in. She's taking all the pictures. The rain is kind of tapered off for now, but it's going to pick up again later. So, slowly making our way to Willis Tower. They have the lift bikes. Those are pretty cool. Help you get around the city. Still on our way to Willis Tower. Not anything too crazy in this area. Just enamored by all the skyscrapers. There it is, friends. Can't even see it all. That's where we're going. All the way up to the top of it. And for two people that are afraid of heights, you know, that's going to be quite the experience. So, we'll see how it goes. Hold on to you? I gotta look straight up to get it all in the frame. Willis Tower, friends. Nice base of the building. Large skyscraper. We'll let you know how it goes. Inside of Willis Tower. Look up. Lots of restaurants and stuff. Shake Shack even. Beautiful building. Okay, friends, in the Willis Tower store here, looking around. We got the 1:30 time slot. $43 for Ash and me each. So $86, and Charlotte was free. So we're waiting around. It's just after 1, and we're going to go up at 1:30. Just taking a peek around the store to see what we've got. Adult hoodies, $35. A nice little store here. They've got things, all kinds of options for purchase here. Looking forward to going up. Tumblers, mugs and that sort of thing. All kinds of shirts. Might have to get a Chicago shirt after we're done, but of course you guys know the spot in my heart for coffee, so nice coffee cups too, hats, you know, for the local teams, the White Sox, the Bears, the Cubs. So a nice store. They used to call it the Sears Tower, so they have the Sears Tower there. Ash said she already has a pit in her stomach about going up. Filming as we go through the Great Chicago Fire, World's Columbian Exposition. We're about to go up, friends. Digital Museum. Interesting. Raising Chicago. Leary's Barn. About the Great Chicago Fire now. Chicago School of Architecture. Pursuit experience. Very cool down here. The last dam holding back the river was broken. Chicago elevated train system began running in 1892. Chicago architecture. Lightning strikes the Willis Tower anywhere from 50 to 100 times per year. Safely grounded every time. Information about Willis Tower. Not be Charlotte. $1,348 blue whales, 223 Michael Jordans. Cool, very cool. Little short museum here, the Ledge, which is where we're going to be, friends, in just a few minutes. Thoughts and prayers for us, whatever you guys believe in. Think about us. See you soon. I lied, there's more. Looks like it's moving right here. Get a taste of Chicago. Taste of Chicago. Barbecue, fried chicken, Italian beef, steakhouses, deep dish pizza, hot dogs. This is what I want today. Italian beef and a Chicago hot dog. Greek fried cheese appetizer was given a dramatic Chicago makeover. Burrito. Ash wants a deep dish. Maybe for dinner, friends.
How did they do this?
A little spot. There's me in the mirror. It's interesting.
Is that where Chicago?
Yeah. Sounds of Chicago. And House of Blues, Andy's Jazz Club, Chicago Legends.
They redid this since I last came here.
You haven't been in the museum part before?
I don't remember this part.
President Obama, Michael Jordan, Oprah, lots of Chicago. Legends. Very cool little museum here. Don't have Chicago without Michael Jordan either. The second city. Comedic improv, as we know it today, got its start in Chicago theater in 1959. Very interesting fact. I did theater in high school and college, so that's interesting to me as well. A couple pieces of art with the sports team's logo. So very cool bonus. They have this little Chicago sign that you can use for a photo op. Beautiful, beautiful little museum here that adds to seeing the Willis Tower and going up. We've already been here today, friends. Murals of Chicago. We saw that today as well. Maggie Daly Park. Maybe Pier. We're going there also. Immersive experience again. Connected and always on the move. Smart architectural marvels. Very cool spot here. Visiting one of the marvels of our great nation.
To become an architectural icon.
Hello, friends.
Mills here of 1893
That's what's on in the elevator.
buildings.
We're already on the 20th floor. You can see how fast it's going up.
Electricity, elevators, and the Ferris wheel.
We'll be at the top on the 103rd floor
As
very
the
soon.
birthplace of the skyscraper, Chicago flourishes in the new century with glamorous Art Deco buildings and modern architectural styles.
They just did. Here's just popped, friends.
Soaring 110 stories high, a new American icon is born.
See how fast. It's at 80th floor. And you don't even really feel it. You don't really feel how fast you're going up. I mean, here's
All
about
directions on the 103rd floor.
Here we go.
States have their own flag, states have their own flag.
I feel so
Welcome to Skyday.
The 103rd floor, friends.
one out.
On the 103rd floor. There's Lake Michigan again, friends. A little kind of a guide to where things are down there. They have another shop up here. A little foggy today with the conditions, but Chicago River down there.
Oh, come on. We gotta put it back. Gotta put.
I don't see more.
Oh, I see.
Looking east, friends, this would be in the direction of Indiana. You look across Lake Michigan. Crazy. I'm tolerating it well so far, but I have not been out on the ledge yet. All the skyscrapers over here. What a special view this is. It's starting to rain, so that's the moisture you see on the windows is starting to rain here. Another perspective of the skyline from up here. Look at that plane. There's another one of the Chicago monuments that was talking about down there. Right there. Beautiful city. Again, this is looking east, and the building denotes that for you. It's 67 degrees Fahrenheit outside. Looking out Lake Michigan. To pick out some of the landmarks here, friends. Leave your mark on the world. There's Char's name. Leave your mark in the sky, rather. Ash. She's trying her best to write my name. Pretty cool little piece they have here. Everybody can write their name. She's got mine there. Cool. This would be looking north. So Milwaukee would be up northwest, where we're staying. Another angle of the city skyline, another one of the Chicago featured buildings there. Crazy that we drove in this way, and then now we're looking at it from 103 stories up. Wow, just beautiful up here, friends. Thanks for sharing this with us. All right, friends, here it is, the actual sky deck. Now I'm standing on it. There it is below us, 103 stories up. Craziness. There you go, friends. Smiles and terror at the same time. $45 for 4 pictures, so quite a bit. But that was crazy. I can't believe I actually did that. Baby Char was more impressed by the. She was more impressed by the elevator with the animations they had as we went up and down on the elevator. But that was a cool experience. There were views of the city all around. It was great. Just very, very, very tough for people that don't like heights like us. So I do recommend it for views of the city, but the sky deck, the actual going out on it is on the ledge. I mean, that's tough. I'm not gonna lie to you. So, what did you think, dear? She's putting her pictures back in. She said,
I'm not ever doing it again.
she said she never has to do it again. So now we're heading out. I might see if I can get my Chicago dog up here, and then we'll go on to the next thing. We came to Luke's in Chicago for the hot beef, Italian beef that I wanted. I got peppers and onions and American cheese on it. And I had my Chicago dog that I've been waiting for forever. So we'll dig in and let you know how they are. They look amazing. All right, friends, we're back. The hot Italian beef was just that. I got hot peppers on it. It was spicy. If you don't like it spicy, get the sweet peppers. Very good. 9 out of 10 from Luke's. The Chicago dog was everything it lived up to be. I mean, it's a hot dog, so solid 8 out of 10. But really good stuff there at Luke's. And now we are back out again into the Chicago streets, and we're going to try to get to Navy Pier and battle some more potential storms. And I mean, there's a severe thunderstorm watch all day today, so there's always the risk of it all day. We got it on the GPS. It's a couple miles, so it's supposed to take us about 40 minutes. There's the L going over. Yeah. All the stickers up on the I-90 side there. If we find the start of Route 66, we'll find Traveling Robert's sticker. But I don't know exactly where that is. So we're on our way to Navy Pier, friends, and we'll see what the rest of the day brings us. The wind's really starting to pick up, so we'll see. I mean, it's the Windy City, so why wouldn't there be wind, right? Cool little park. On our way to Navy Pier, we'll see if we get there or not. Just thought this was a cool view of the city. That's one of the museums right there. I think Ash said the Fine Art, Cultural Arts Museum or something like that. But definitely a cool area. I want to see what's right up here. Some kind of a bridge, it looks like. Looks like storms are coming. Or rain is coming again. I see. Just train tracks. But cool view of the city that we're walking by, all around us. Beautiful city. The Ravine is now open all of a sudden, for whatever reason earlier. They didn't have it open, so you can walk. I'll walk right up to it. You can see me. There's Ash and Char. But here we are. I don't know what happened. But you can see the city through it. Ash wants another picture. So now we're up here, right in the array of the city. We've decided we're going to drive to Navy Pier instead because it's getting colder. The temperature has dropped quite a bit. Maybe Char in the Ravine, or she doesn't know what to think. She's tired and hasn't slept well today, so there she is. Okay, friends, first of all, note the wind. We made it to Navy Pier, probably our last stop of the day here in Chicago. There is the Ferris wheel going up in town. We might even find ourselves doing that later today. But beautiful to get the city skyline from this angle. Naval vessel over there. Cool area for sure. We'll see what we've got here to check out. Floating sauna. That would be interesting. The water's an interesting color. It's that green shade from before, from St. Patrick's. Better view of the cool Ferris wheel with the city in the background. I believe you can go up that, so like I said, we more than likely, I will at least try it. I don't know if I'll convince Ash to get on there. Or what the cost of that is, but we'll see. Ash said parking was $15 here. Now, we were parked for like 4 hours and 45 minutes at Millennium Park. and it was $47 for parking, to give you guys an idea. So parking was not cheap, but I guess that equates to a little less than $15 an hour. So not cheap by any means, but it was worth it. We had a really good day today in the city. I got my Chicago dog, the hot Italian beef that I had been wanting to try, Willis Tower, the bean, lots of things, and then now finally Navy Pier. So lots of things worth seeing here in Chicago that we did today. We're trying to figure out how to actually get up there to Pier Park. Lots of stores and places to shop in here. Nice place in here. The flyover. They have the Children's Museum from Chicago in here. Cool area. Again, lots of, look at that. Look at that ornament up there. Yeah, basically like Ash said, a mall. Pretty much, lots of shops. What is the flyover is the question. The Chicago Children's Museum up there. You can see the fossil, or the dinosaur bones up there. If you zoom in. Museum entrance. Museum gift shop. What's down here? Harry Carey's Navy Pier. Takachi Handicrafts. Interesting little shop. A nice little place. Yeah. Different stones. The dining room. Inspire. Harry's Bar. Listen, here's to Harry IPA. And they have a Giordano's. There's your Giordano's, baby. And friends, up on the second story here at Navy Pier. Lots of shops in there, lots of restaurants, amenities. They have the Children's Museum. They have this flyover experience where it's kind of like an immersive experience with scents and lights, and it's a sensory thing that pretty much gives you an experience of the Chicago skyline and monuments in the area, important areas. And now over here again we have Lake Michigan, Maryland, Skyline Lake Tour. Lake Michigan from Chicago, from the Chicago skyline. It's a cool building. They've got some sculptures up here. They've got a carousel. There is the Ferris wheel. The Chicago Shakespeare Theater is right there. They have some large ships right there, or you can I'm guessing like dinner theaters. I would have to, I'm not dinner theaters, dinner cruises and that sort of thing. I would have to look. But beautiful area here at Navy Pier. I'm going to see what we got to do to get up on the Ferris wheel. Doesn't look like it's moving at this time, but I would like to go up there and at least film a little of the view for you guys and see what that would look like. Again, this is Lake Michigan out here. We can go up and see what we got to do. I mean, look at the scale of this. This is totally zoomed in. Just a massive Ferris wheel. So let's see what we've got here.
The view from the top is absolutely
There we are, friends.
And as you go for a spin avoid the wheel, allow us to tell you a little more about a place Chicago revolves around. Navy Pier.
a cool little video here going on with
Pier
it.
has sparkled on Lake Michigan shoreline and created millions of lasting memories for generations of Chicagoans and guests from around the globe. Since its inception, the pier has served as a military training ground,
Beautiful
the
views from
first
the
home
top
of the
here.
University of Illinois in Chicago, and a stage for the world's greatest musicians and Chicago Fest. The modern pier was realized in 1993, and today we are in the midst of reimagining Navy Pier for the second century. After 100 years, Chicago's front porch continues to open doors to endless excitement. Be sure to visit the new wheel.
There's one time through, friends. Trying to get some good views for you here, but it's difficult. Maybe Pier in Chicago fun facts. Now this was $20 per ticket, so it was a grand total of
How long does it go?
$24 each, so $48 with tax for 2 tickets up here. And Charlotte was free because it's free for 3 and under.
Was it?
I don't know.
Oh. Okay.
Cool views of Lake Michigan out there. Looking out at the theater as we go up. Ash is not having a good time here, friends, but we're trying our best.
Is she okay?
Yeah. The baby? Yeah. Char's fine. Char's enjoying it. And you can see for miles, I bet, on a clear day up here with all that fog up there, it makes it a little bit more difficult. But here's the view out, looking straight out at the lighthouse. Very cool. Absolutely breathtaking views up here. And the whole Navy Pier that you can see. Starting our way back down again. And it's starting to light up, as you can see, the colors that are starting to pop up on the railings. The Ferris wheel here. Really enjoyable. I know Ash is afraid of heights. And I am afraid of heights, but this is a little different for me. And like I said, they had that nice little Navy Pier presentation. You probably saw most of it. It takes a while to get around each time.
Same. Me too, Charlotte.
But a cool spot nonetheless. Look at all the way out to sea, friends. I didn't even capture this view yet. On the way down, looking out from Chicago. Lake Michigan has an interesting tint to it right now, I'm guessing because of all of that
You know, baby.
dye that they had, that they used for the Chicago River for St. Patrick's Day. Internally, I'm freaking out, but this has been a really cool experience. I don't know how long they're going to keep us up here.
I hope not much longer.
You can really see the lights are kicking on here.
Lord.
And they have even some mini golf.
It
which you
isn't so
can-
bad when it's right here, but when you go all the way up, it's terrifying.
Ash is kind of having a little bit of an anxiety attack, which
Get me off. Hey,
is
flag them
understandable.
down. Get me off of this stupid thing. I don't want to be on here anymore.
I'm sorry.
Oh, Daddy.
I got you. Trying to comfort her
I hate this.
and show you guys this at the same time, so I apologize if the video quality going up isn't the best.
They said it's 30 minutes. Oh my
They said
god.
it could be.
I can't do this for 30 minutes. They're gonna get me off.
So now we're at a stop for a minute. You can kind of see some cool views of the city and looking around. I was kind of hoping with it being called Navy Pier that they might have some ships like that out. But there's nothing like that there. Right over there is a large vessel.
I know, Charlotte.
There's a large boat out there. Look at that one, friends. Nice, huge vessel there. And then what looks like, I was going to say maybe some Coast Guard vessels. Sorry, Ash hit the camera. Chicago Fire Department. Crazy that we can zoom in that far and see what's up. Some nice larger ships there. With that, friends, is the
Are we getting off now?
carousel here at Navy
Holy
Pier.
shit, are we getting off?
There it is in motion, friends. That's exactly what we were just doing. Very cool. Breathtaking views up there. We got Ash through it, not without some tears and some anxiety, but she made it. And now there's a ship going out to sea here. We'll look over here. Ship going out a little bit. And I don't know how far you can walk around here. But looks like one of the cruises going out. Again, this is the Chicago Shakespeare Theater here by us. And a boat going out on Lake Michigan. The water just has that interesting tint, like we were saying, probably because of the coloring that they had to the Chicago River for St. Patrick's Day. Shoreline sightseeing. It's a tour boat. Cup stealer. And off they go. That's something we thought about doing, was the river cruise, like the architecture tour on the river. That'll be something we'll have to do when we come back to Chicago. I think Ash was telling me it's like $50-something a person. So something we'll definitely have to do when we come back. But how could you get tired of those views right there? I think we went around probably 3 full times. But that was enough. And that was enough to capture, the views that we saw. So, all right, we're going to go inside. I'm not feeling a huge dinner tonight, but we can sit down and get something, and then that'll probably be it, unless Ash wants to walk down there. But it's pretty cold, so we might share our dinner with you and then call it a day. Ash wanted to sit down with the baby after that. She had to recover. We're going to get a bite to eat, but I wanted to share this walk with you before we head back to Milwaukee. After dinner, we'll be back on the road. The Odyssey, Lake Michigan. That's a cool ship. Chicago Shakespeare Theater parking garage. City Cruises by Hornblower. Tall Ship Windy. Plenty of places to do a river cruise if that's what you so choose to do. But that's a large option. You saw that smaller boat going out to Lake Michigan before. Oh, and there's an older, looks like an older sailboat up here too, friends. There's more shops in here also. Making history. Yeah, so here is the Tall Ship Windy. That's what that is a sailboat. Really cool area. Billy Goat Tavern and Grill. And this opening day is Friday, May 16th. Sailing tours. Here is Tall Ship Windy, the official tall ship of Chicago. Wow. They have the Grand Ballroom, boat cruises, Lakeview Terrace, and rooftop Navy Pier beer garden. Interesting. So lots and lots of things to do in this area here at Navy Pier, including sailboat cruises that you can do in the summer months. I mean, that's very interesting. Straight up sailboat right there, friends, with the views of the city skyline in the background. That'd be unforgettable. The original rainbow cone. They have the Sable Hotel here as well. Now we're getting out. We're starting to get that view on the horizon where it's a little clearer, since they are having stormy/rainy conditions here in Chicago, and that severe thunderstorm watch all day today. And now we come up to the Spirit of Chicago, another larger vessel. Looking out, friends. Another view of the skyline. This all together, the larger Navy Pier area. Elite private yacht. Can't go wrong with Lake Superior views, though, if you're me. Or Lake Michigan views, rather. Spirit of Chicago. So you can see this is like a dinner cruise type of a vessel. Ships are ships. There's tables made up very elegantly in there. And my thought is this probably isn't open for the season yet either. I mean, it's very chilly here now. When we started out in our Chicago ventures today, it was in the upper 60s, even low 70s in some areas, but not anymore, friends. It has since plummeted as far as temperatures go. And now we walk up to Spirit of Navy Pier, and yeah, they have signs on these that say, like, celebrate Mother's Day. So we're not there yet. Spirit of Navy Pier looks a little smaller than the Spirit of Chicago does. You can see the view as we get a little further away from the skyline on that side. See what this part looks like over here. This is a hotel up here. I don't know if it's currently open at this time of the year. And over here is supposedly the Navy Pier beer garden, although, again, I presume probably not open with the season. But we'll see. Here we go with being directly next to Lake Michigan now. Shoreline sightseeing. Now that's what that vessel was that we saw. Classic architecture tour, 60 minutes. Adults 39, children 20. 10:45 and 5:45. So, nice. Aeon Grand Ballroom, Festival Hall, meeting rooms, offshore, rooftop, and bar. Very beautiful building. Beautiful architecture. Sorry, my shoes are a little squeaky. All of the wet conditions we've been walking in today, as the rain has been on and off during our whole stay, kind of caused that. But it's nice to kind of be in an area right now where there aren't so many people. There's the offshore rooftop up there. Again, probably not open at this time. Although that section does look like it is covered. There's that vessel that we saw going out to sea. Right there. That sightseeing tour. And there's the lighthouse that we can get a good peek at. That one's dirty and rusty. Woo! Could use a bath. Beverages, craft beer central. And now we walk to the end of Navy Pier and get our chance for a one-on-one moment with Lake Michigan. Nice looking area. We'll be heading back to Milwaukee, where we'll spend all day tomorrow and film another longer video for all of you. Wind is going out to sea today. But here it is, in all of its light, in all of its might, Lake Michigan. And you can't ever get out to these lighthouses. That's the one thing. But we could at least get out to this point. You can see the flags are rustling. The wind is picking up here, giving the city its name. That's a pretty cool spot. Walking 10,000 steps is roughly equal to 2 miles, friends. It's the answer to that question that's over there. But here is the end of the pier. Yes, we made it. Let me fool you there. Here it is. We'll definitely require the noise reduction on this section of the video, for sure. Big anchor right here. Ooh, it's chilly, friends. USS Chicago. Donated by the Naval Historical Society. 8-ton anchors. Go. The end of Navy Pier. Thus, basically the end of our travels here to Chicago. I'm going to go grab a bite of dinner with Ash. And then we'll be on our way back to Milwaukee, where we have a full day planned for you tomorrow. So I'll turn it around to me here. There I am. Let me come over here and I'll share something with you. I'll sit over here and say goodbye to you guys for the day. Wow, I got cold. I'm still in shorts, so I'm ready to get in the warmth. Friends, I hope you enjoyed exploring Chicago with us. We did a lot of fun things today. This is a place that everybody should probably visit once. It's very busy. There are lots of people. But I encourage you all to get out here and see the great city. And one of these great American cities once. Willis Tower. Food options that we had today. We tried some new stuff, especially for me with the hot Italian beef. And, you know, with the Chicago dog, and then so we had a great time here, and I think Ash did too. You know, she was kind of really scared of that Ferris wheel, but we made it through, and we always continue on to the next adventure. So friends, I'll leave you with the skyline. It's now starting to fog over just a little bit near the tops of those skyscrapers. For Ash and for the kiddos, for Winston, who is not with us on this trip, unfortunately, I'm Brandon from the Traveling Whitcombs, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week. I can't wait to show you the rest of Milwaukee. We have a lot of adventures coming. Remember, if you enjoy the content, to like, comment, and share, and subscribe. This is just the beginning for us. We have so much planned to share with all of you. And on that note, I will bid you all farewell, and we will see you again soon, friends. Good night from Chicago. Have a great rest of your week.